Dr. Janelle, and I'm a professor at Johns Hopkins University with a specialty in both sports medicine and neurophysiology. I would like to welcome all of you educational representatives and would like to thank you and your respective organizations and institutions for coming and competing in this program and helping us to better children's lives. Obviously, since you're here, your universities, your colleges, your high schools, your middle schools have decided to give attention to this problem. Due to the amount of unnecessary force used in full contact sports, players are getting serious and life-altering permanent brain injuries because of multiple concussions. The death rate right now for professional players is the highest it's been in years. And more than 2/3 of those deaths are caused by illnesses that can be directly related back to multiple concussions. So that's going out there, getting maybe a grade 1 or grade 2 concussion, coming back in the game and getting another concussion on top of that, causing your brain to actually just start dying off. So our solution, after listening to a lot of retired football and hockey players when they were joining their class action lawsuits, we started hearing the same thing over and over again. If I would have known, if I would have been told the dangers of what would happen to my body, I would have not made some of the decisions. I would have not played as long. A couple of an ex-Miami Dolphins player said he would have never even played the game if he knew that he was going to contract some of the neurophysiological elements that he would have later on. So what we decided to do is compete in a program that will help educate young children. So each and every one of your universities and high schools and middle schools has decided that if a kid at your school wants to participate in a contact sport, they are required to take an educational course that tells them what is going to be happening to their body, so that naturally they will start to become more aware of when they are using the amount of force that they're using in the games, and also of the other players in the game. It's just a natural progression. You start learning how your brain is being harmed. You start to be a lot more cautious of what you're doing. We're also going to be educating them about long-term effects that would happen. So it's a mandatory thing for everybody who's enrolled in sports. The visualization of this will be a lot happier world for those who are in sports. You will see a lot more happier children not getting permanent life-altering brain injuries. There's one report out of the Seattle Times about a kid who was in his freshman year of high school, went out 3 minutes in a football game, got hit so hard that he's now in a wheelchair for life and can't move half of his body. So, educating, other players about when you hit somebody that hard, what are you going to do? And, they interviewed the kid on that one, and he felt, he's got to carry that around with him the rest of his life. He hurt somebody so bad, So education is what matters. You're going to start seeing a lot more happier parents that are going to be a lot more apt to want to help you in what you're doing and, participate in the programs. It's time for action. So I want all of you to take those curriculum education packets that you got at check-in, and you're going to go back to your classrooms and you're going to start reviewing them. And you're going to start getting ready for the fall when you have your first kids who are going to grumble and say, why do I need to know this? I just want to play football. I just want to play hockey. But, really sit them down and tell them you could end up contracting Parkinson's disease if you do not, make sure you know what's happening to your body. You could end up having major depressive disorder, all these other things. They need to know what's going to be happening to them. You're also going to start going around to other schools and talking about how your program is working. Now, there's a back sheet in the packet that gives you a copy of what I have given you today with a link to this PowerPoint so that you'll be able to share it with other schools. So, good luck, and remember that together we can and will educate the future generation and foster their desire to live long, healthy, and safe lives. Thank you.